pushing the ultrasound, to be honest.
So in short, Palace Guards win when it comes to offense, but when it comes to defense, Men-at-Arms win. Now I think you know what to do and you should just close the video and go play. But if you wanna know why and how, stick around, I'll show you. Doctrines shall go the same for both of them, but if you have only one blocking doctrine, it's better to use it on Men-at-Arms, not Palace Guards. It will be really effective on them. And if you're sick of arrows, you can always switch the slashing defense doctrine with a piercing one. When it comes to veterancy points, you better go and start with actually the first two in the middle line. Then go down and just fill this line. This will actually give you heal, damage reduction, more defense, and more block, which you are in need of as a defensive unit. As you can see here from the stats, health points are the same for both of them. Men-at-Arms have slightly higher defense, but when it comes to the attack, they're lower in their slashing penetration by 600 points, and that's a lot. And some of you might ask a very good question, which is, why do they have piercing damage? I'll tell you why. So when they are in the block stance, some of their attacks are piercing, and when they enter the shield formation, their attacks are piercing. Hence, they strike with the tip of their weapons. You should know that by now, that the tip of the weapon is a piercing damage. Last but not least, look at the speed. Palace Guards are really slow in the battlefield, so for them to make the formation, break the formation, move with you, they really are slow, like turtle slow. And so you will be wasting a masterpiece in defense if you decide to go Men-at-Arms in the offense side. So let's explain a little misconception. There is a huge difference between block break and block bypass, okay? Doctrines will be here exactly the same, but actually here I will recommend going for the piercing defensive doctrine. As you can see here with me, going offensive on Palace Guards will give you actually 90% block break chance. This is a lot. So basically they will be like a weaker version, as I mentioned before, from the Striggers. They will decimate any unit that counts on their block. For example, Men-at-Arms and Sergeants. Yes, basically when you go offensive with Palace Guards, you're basically one of the hardest counters for Men-at-Arms. If they both clash, charge, you will win. Next is Shield Bash, which is pretty useless, but it will unlock the dash, which is really important, and give them the gravity. Like, as I mentioned before, Palace Guards will have the dash. It's kinda adequate, not as awesome as the Striggers knockdown, but it's still adequate. And who would say no to plus 160 damage to infantry units? Like, I won't. I know you're tired, but just one last question. Can you go defensive with them, and how will they be? Okay, so their weakest point in going defensive is the healing. So if you're going to play Longsword and Shield and gonna constantly heal them during the fight, they are the best tanks you can ever get. Okay? But I know most of you will not be playing Longsword and Shield, and for me it's annoying. With all respect to all main longsword and shields, but for me it's annoying.